Hi, everybody. It's Ciara here, the teen librarian at Pueblo at Rawlings. Sorry, I'm a little tired today. I gave some presentations, some virtual presentations to some high schools. So I'm going to try and be energetic, but yeah, I haven't really eaten since breakfast and I'm a little bit tired. But the book today is called The Victoria in My Head. I realized that a lot of the books that I had been book talking had some sort of trauma involved in them, or some pretty rough things involved in them. So I wanted to have a book that was a little bit lighter, which is not to say that this isn't a serious book about finding your identity, finding out who you are and who you want to be in difficult circumstances. But it's not quite as heavy, and it's sort of more fun. So this is written by Janelle Milanes, and we have it in the library. I will return it after this book talk. And it's about Victoria Cruz, who is a sophomore girl, who, as she puts it, has a boring life. She goes to the elite prep school called Evanston, which is in, the Upper West Side of Manhattan. But she doesn't live on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. Victoria is on a scholarship. She is the smart and talented daughter of two Cuban immigrants, and when she says that her life is boring, that does not mean it's easy. She has to work really hard in school, because if her grade point average drops below a 3.0, she loses her scholarship. She's also on the cross-country team. She's really fast, but she actually hates running. Now, why would you do this? Well, her parents sort of have her path laid out for her and have these expectations of her, which are pretty much doing things that will look great on her college application and going to Harvard. And, that's not really what she wants, though to a large extent, she's never actually thought about what she wants. She does have a great best friend named Annie. Annie is extraordinarily organized, but she's a great friend who loves Victoria and has always been there for her and always will be there for her. So essentially, the predictability of her life is kind of crushing her. Every day is the same, and she doesn't really enjoy any of it. Her family loves her, most definitely, but they're also every day. It's totally predictable. What they want, what they expect from her is totally predictable, and she feels like she's on a treadmill in her life. They never even talk about any other possibility, like no other college other than Harvard. So she's got a weighty set of expectations on her, and this is sort of the only future that she's ever been capable of imagining for herself, and the only life really that she's known, since she went to Evanston. And also, she desperately doesn't want to disappoint them. They have worked hard. They have gone through a lot, and she wants to live up to how hard they've worked to put her in this position. She does not take that lightly at all. So I'm going through my notes here. But then life changed for Victoria. One day she's at school, and she sees this very handsome boy putting up a flyer on the bulletin board. And so she goes and has a look, and it's a flyer announcing auditions for the lead singer of a band, a rock band. And there's a part of Victoria, the Victoria in my head, that's quite different. There's a Victoria that nobody really else has seen other than Annie. She loves music, has an impressive LP collection, and she loves music. She has envisioned and made playlists on her computer for every situation that she can imagine, and she has them all imagined, and the music is perfect for each situation. Not that she's ever done these things, but they're suited for these imagined experiences. And she can sing. She can really sing, but never in front of anybody. Only by herself in her room. And, she's a quiet girl. She doesn't consider her brave. She's pretty hard on herself, generally. She doesn't think she's good looking. She doesn't think she's brave. She's just the quiet girl who's, studiously keeping up her GPA and running her fast races and never really enjoying much. But she does have desires and dreams, but she sort of won't really allow herself to feel them or recognize them. Then Annie gets involved. She tells Annie about this audition poster, and Annie does something that mortifies Victoria. She sends in a videotape of when they were much younger. Her hair looking crazy. She's got braces, but she's belting out a song. And Victoria is humiliated, but she actually gets an invitation to audition because of this tape. She's like, they must be making fun of me, She has no confidence. And she ends up going to the audition, and she's incredibly nervous. And she thinks she does a terrible job because she is very nervous. But she also sings. I mean, it's not her best voice because she's so nervous, but she sings. And she sees another guy auditioning who seems he's super chill, which is a little weird, but he's got a great voice, perfect pitch, et cetera, but his voice is just like that. It's perfect, And so she's made it through, and she's humiliated the entire experience. But then she gets invited to join the band. And sort of the desires that she has and the dreams she has start making their way out and becoming more real. But at the same time, she's holding them back, and she's still afraid. She's afraid of what will happen if she really goes after them, And among, these things that she's wanted a boyfriend, But again, the sort of emergence of the Victoria in my head it's not immediate, it's slow, she's struggling, she's keeping it inside, and she's sort of trapped. She feels a little trapped in two worlds, right? She doesn't want to give up her family and her extended family and the world that they've given her, but she also she wants to be a rock star, and she wants to have the best boyfriend who loves and adores her, and that she loves and adores, and she wants to be the strong woman that's inside her head. But at the same time, she's been this sort of quiet, obedient kid. And so there's this constant struggle with her trying to find who she is. And she gets caught, because she doesn't tell her parents about the band. She gets caught a couple of times, and it's disastrous. First, she tells her parents she's quit the band, but she secretly still in the band. They just changed when they practiced. She's going over from Annie's house, and they're sneaking out. She keeps getting caught, and it's this constant tension. Is she going to be able to be in the band? Is she not going to be able to band? And eventually, she doesn't think she'll be able to. And but she's become friends with these kids. They're her best friends now. Annie is friends with them, and she has a boyfriend. That's a whole nother story. Her first boyfriend, and what else is involved. So that's pretty much all I'm going to tell you. But there is a beautifully awkward romance in this book, and one that you'll see coming before Victoria does. But that doesn't matter. It doesn't make it any less delightful. And it truly is delightful. It's a fun book. It's a fun book to read. The characters are great, and you're rooting for Victoria, and you understand the position she's in. You're able to see how she's torn in between these two notions of herself and who she wants to be. And she starts to make some progress by the end. She's starting to make progress. And Victoria in her head is becoming more real and more real. And she's starting to actually communicate a little bit with her parents. But the struggle is, it's very real, and you're there with her on every step of the way. You're a little bit ahead of her in some senses, because she's trapped, right? She's trapped in this self that she's closed off, and that she can only have certain things, and she can't necessarily have what she really wants. So she has to have something that's kind of what she wants, but not really what she wants, and that's all she can get. She doesn't deserve any better than that, and she can't have any more than that. And you're rooting for her because they're all great and you love them. So I recommend it, definitely. It's fun. I'm not a big romance fan, but this romance was fantastic. And I definitely suggest y'all check it out. Great cover too. The light is weird, you can't really see it. But great cover. Victoria in my head. So I'm going to keep doing book talks on Latinx books about Latinx characters written by Latinx authors for the next few weeks. And I'm going to try to have some different kinds of books happening, different genres and such. So I hope you check this one out. I'm going to check it in shortly. But also, everybody, check out the Teen Geocache Scavenger Hunt. The first coordinates are up. If they're not up, obviously go to the event page, click on it. The first coordinates are there. Get looking. Race, race, race. You want to win that Bluetooth speaker. All right? Also, join Artober. Draw every day based on prompts. I joined. I'm not good at drawing, but I'm going to do it because I think it's going to be fun and it's going to be good for me. So yeah, that's all I've got for you today. Tired Ciara is going to go and slump at her desk for a little bit. But everybody take care of each other. Take care of the people you love. Tell them you love them. Okay? I know it's a crazy time, but we'll get through it together. Wish I could see you in here. Okay. See you all later. Bye-bye.